Welcome to our Let's Learn channel. Today we are going to see about Doppler effect in sound. So let's see first definition for this. The phenomenon of the apparent change in the frequency of sound due to the relative motion between the source of sound and the observer is nothing but Doppler effect. So in this case, we can say the example for Doppler effect is here very well we can observe here, and here the two persons are nothing but observers. So here it is nothing but the sound source, which means in this ambulance we can hear a silencer sound, right? So this is nothing but we are considering sound source. In this case, this first person little bit far away from this ambulance, but the ambulance moving towards this person, which means here he can hear very well than this person. So in this case, high frequency. Why? Because the silencer sound moves towards this side. So that's what here in this side people can easily hear the sound, which means there will be a high frequency. But in this case, it is very far away. So it is low frequency. In this case, also we can say here two persons we can say that is a red and blue. So they both are stationary observers. Here a sound source in this car, if you consider silencer sound means there the sound source moving towards the observer, which means there the frequency will be higher. If it is not there means frequency will be lower. So this is a very basic example, which means the pitch of the whistle seems higher, as a train. If you're considering car, also we can consider train. Train means if it comes towards to you, there the frequency will be higher. When it will be lower? When the train goes away from you. So this is a very basic example in Doppler effect. So next, S. In this case, we are considering some different cases. First, both source and observer at rest. This case, we can easily say this is S and this is O. O is nothing but the observer and S is nothing but the source. And N we can easily say that the frequency of the sound. So V we can say that the velocity of the sound. So in this case we can say in 1 second the N waves are produced by the source travel a distance, which means S to O, which is nothing but the velocity of the sound. So SO is equal to V, so that we can say easily we can say that the wavelength lambda is equal to V by N. So this is the first part, and next second part is nothing but when the source moves towards the stationary observer. Okay, in this case, if the sound moves with a velocity Vs, which means here when we consider S and S prime or S dash. In this case, it starts from S dash or S prime. So from S to S dash or S prime, we are considering Vs. From S dash or S prime to O, which means observer, it is considered to be V minus Vs. Of course, we know very well in the last topic, which means both source and observer at rest, we consider that the whole term as a V. But in this case, see here the waves begins from S prime. So that's what we have minus this. So V minus Vs. So in this case, we can say that S prime or S dash is equal to Vs. Now, N waves emitted by the source will occupy a distance of V minus Vs. So, next we can say that the lambda is equal to V by N. In this case, we are taking V minus Vs. We know very well why here. So, now we want N dash. So, N dash, which means N prime is equal to V by lambda prime or lambda dash. In this case, N dash is equal to V and lambda dash we know very well V minus Vs divided by N. So we are just substituting here and we are getting simple answer, which means here the pitch of the sound appears to be increased. So this is nothing but n prime is greater than n. So in the next case, we are considering when the source moves away from the stationary observer. In the last part, we saw that the source moves towards the stationary observer. In this case, the source moves away from the stationary observer. So that easily we can say that the n prime is equal to v by v plus vs into n. In the last part, we have mentioned that v divided by v minus vs. But when the source moves away from the stationary observer, we can say that the n prime is equal to v by v plus vs n, which means n prime is lesser than n, which means n is greater than n dash. So that the pitch of the sound appears to decreases. So next part, when the source is at rest and the observer in motion, also we can easily say, right, S2O and O2A. We are just considering A. So in this part, we can say that the S and O represents, we know very well that the position of the source and observer respectively. So that the source S emits n per second having a wavelength, we know very well, lambda is equal to V by n. That's the wavelength. So that we are considering a point here A, which means O from A. So OA contains n waves which crosses the ear of the observer in 1 second. So which means it crosses the ear of the observer. So it crosses in the observer. So in this case, O to A is nothing but simply we can remember that crosses the observer. Okay, in this case, first, when the first wave is at point A, which means here it is. So then the nth here it is wave no. So nth wave will be at O. Of course, we know very well where the observer is situated. So here we can say that the observer is motion, which means source at rest. So this is very much simple things to understand. So in this case also we can easily say if it starts from this means, so we are considering O. Of course O, but before itself it will begin means, so we are considering O dash. So similarly we can say from this point to this point is V. Naught and V is nothing but the normally we are taking from O to A, right? This is V. So before that we are getting some peak. See, this is a crest. Okay, we are getting a wave means we are just taking this is nothing but the V naught, and generally we are taking, as we know, that is nothing but V. So in this case we have to remember this point. So first we have to remember S and O represents the positions of the source and observer. Second, we have to remember that the wavelength, which is nothing but V by n, and we are considering a point A, which means n waves which crosses the ear of the observer in 1 second. So from this concept, first point, when the observer moves towards the stationary source means we have to consider one point. In this case, the observer is moving towards the stationary source. So we have to remember always after 1 second, the observer will reach the point O prime, which means O and O prime. Last time we have saw, right? In that case, we have mentioned that is nothing but V naught. So that the number of waves crossing the observer will be the n waves in the distance of O to A. So in addition to that, we have considered O to O dash is nothing but V naught divided by lambda. So in this case, we are considering that the lambda, we are considering no. So lambda is equal to, simply we can say that the V naught by n. But we are finding here n prime. So that's what we can easily say. N prime is nothing but V naught divided by lambda. So we can say that the n prime is equal to n plus V naught divided by lambda. So in this case we can easily mention this, but in this case we know very well that the lambda, so we have to substitute that and we will get finally and we have to take this one common, and n dash is equal to, we will get simply 1 plus v naught by v into n. So finally we will get that the value of n into v plus v naught divided by v. So finally we'll get the answer as n dash is greater than n, which means here n prime is greater. So the sound appears to be increase. So if we remember this point, it means easily we can say when the observer away from the stationary source. So easily we can say, right. So n dash is equal to n into v plus bracket, which means minus v naught. In the last concept we are considered v naught. In this concept we have considered minus v naught divided by v. So in this case simply we can say that the n prime is lesser than n. So which means n prime is equal to n v minus v naught divided by v. So the pitch of the sound appears to be decreases. So these are all the very basic concepts always we have to remember. And finally applications. In this case we can say that the sonar, radar and tracking of satellites. So these are the major and basic applications we can hear this. Radar is nothing but a radio detection ranging. Sonar we know very well, sound navigation tracking, and tracking of satellites is also a technique is used in this case, which means the frequency of radio waves emitted by a satellite decreases as the satellite passes away from the earth. So we can say that the dishes and all. So the frequency received by the earth station combined with the constant frequency generator in the station gives a beat frequency. So using this, a satellite is tracked. So this is and all very basic. And in a radar also we can say it sends a high frequency radio waves towards an aeroplane, so that the reflected waves are detected by the receiver of the radar station. So there the difference in frequency is used to determine the speed of an aeroplane. So next finally sonar, and we know very well that the sound waves generated from a ship, which means in a ship fitted with a sonar, a transmit receiver, right? In a last class we have learned that. So there the frequency of the reflected waves is measured, and hence the speed of the submarine is also calculated. So these are all very basic applications. So we have to remember always. Thank you. Thank you for your attention. Kindly subscribe, like and share and comment.